I just have an appeal to make to you. My appeal is that you do not throw in the towel yet. It's too early to throw in the towel. I know you may have waited, it may have long lingered, your expectations may have been unmet, but I bring an appeal to you. Don't throw in the towel yet. And that's because God's reward system isn't like the system of the world where you can know precisely when your salaries are coming in. God's reward system isn't so. When it comes to God's reward system, it requires you to be patient. And so I've come with an appeal to you this morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're watching it from. Be patient. Don't throw in the towel yet. Don't give up yet. Don't give up. Quitters don't win, and winners don't quit. If you do not quit, you will win. If you do not throw in the towel, you will enjoy the reward. You will receive the reward. And so my text is Hebrews chapter 10. And I'll be reading from verse 35. And it says, "Cast not away therefore your confidence, which has great recompense of reward." Your confidence will be rewarded. I'd like you to know that. Put it at the front of your mind, not at the back, the front of your mind, that your confidence in God, your trust in God, your trust in His abilities will be rewarded. It says, "For you have need of patience." That's my appeal to you today. Be patient. You still have need of patience. You may have been patient in the past. It may have run into years. You may have been waiting and it's long and it looks like it's a delay. You're becoming weary. My appeal to you this afternoon, morning or evening is that you be patient. Wait a while longer. Wait a little longer. Your waiting will not be in vain. For you have need of patience, that after you have done the will of God, ye might receive the promise. There is a will of God to do before the receiving of the promise. And so what has He told you? Have you stepped back out of doing His will because expectations you've been believing for have not come to pass? Step back in. Take the place of waiting again. Walk into that place of waiting again. For the scripture says that after ye have done the will of God, make sure to do His will. Make sure not to step out of His will. For ye have need of patience, that after you have done the will of God, you might receive the promise. The promise does not come before the doing of the will. You must do the will before you can be assured, before you can be certain that the promise will be delivered to you. I've come to tell you that the promises of God concerning your life will be delivered in His time, in the due season. Don't throw in the towel. Do not forget my appeal to you. For yet a little while, so there is a little while to your waiting period, He that shall come will come and will not tarry. Verse 38, "Now the just shall live by faith. But if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him." I've come with an appeal. Do not draw back. God is not pleased with those who draw back. You cannot afford to draw back, not after how far you've come. And God hasn't brought you this far to leave you. He won't bring you this far to leave you. He will tide you over. You will get to the finish line. And it says, "Now the just shall live by faith. But if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him." But we are not of them that draw back. We are not of them who draw back unto perdition. We will not draw back. You will not draw back. That's my appeal to you. Don't draw back. You can't afford to give up now. You can't afford to draw back now. It's too late to throw in the towel. Keep moving, keep going. Your reward is certain. If you believe to the end, if you run the race to the end, you can be assured of your reward. Do not take this appeal lightly. My appeal to you, be patient. In a little while, that which you're believing for will come to pass. It will become a reality. Until I see you next time, I remain Deborah Suerat Joseph.